Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give Kohala Yahweh Bahashim Hamashiach Yahweh for giving me the spirit and power to do this lesson, but also giving me the spirit and power to wake up another day to show forth repentance in these last days. Shema Yasharala Yahweh Allahaya Nawa Yahweh Akkad. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4 in the Paleo Hebrew. So what we're going to touch on today, we're going to deal with the judgment here on earth and the judgment that happens in the heavens. If you don't know, there's biddings and there's judgment calls on what and what not to do with you here on earth. And then when you go back to the spirit world, you get judged also. That's why the scripture says, that's why it says in the Bible that the Most High God, yeah, bro, this Edomite is right next to me, sucking down ketchup packages like it ain't nothing. And mustard. Yeah. And he's just throwing them right there. God, we in the last days. When you see Esau eating mustard and ketchup and throwing the shit on the ground, that's how you know his time is up. Esau's time is up, man. All praises to the Most High. Them niggas been ruling for a long time, if you don't know. They've been ruling ever since the Greeks, man. Greek, Roman, Spain, France, Germania Major, Germania Minor, Germany, British, America. Them is all Edomite countries. They've been ruling for a long time. It's about time. Most High's word is going to come to pass. Nah, I don't. Nope. Now he asked me if I got a cigarette lighter. So now he didn't suck down a whole bunch of ketchup packages and mustard packages. Now he ready to smoke a cigarette. Now he ready to smoke a cigarette. That nigga's done, bruh. Esau is fucking finished, man. But going back to the lesson, there's a judgment, and that's a judgment right there. I'm sure the reason why that man, that Edomite, is homeless and not being able to enjoy his kingdom is because he probably was a damn slave owner, and the Most High God is judging him according to his works that he did in a past life. And Israelites in the ancient world, in the time of the Romans, especially the scripture I'm gonna get during the time of Yahweh Shai, we believed that we had that understanding that when people born blind, they born with deformed arms, hands, whatever, any kind of birth defect, most likely is because they did something, they sinned in their past life, and the Most High God is judging them. Right? Even Solomon in the book of Ecclesiastes 3:16, he says, "And I saw under heaven, I saw under the sun the place of judgment." The earth is also a judgment arena, and the Most High God is judging all the people. That's why, man, you just see the most heinous stuff when you look at people, certain people, and you be like, God damn, like what the hell happened to him? And you know, like you got people walking around, they got fucking herpes bumps all over their mouth. I'm talking about literally, like, and it looked like, bro, if they even lick it, it's just gonna start. Ah, I done seen some shit, man. I'm serious. Well, you just like, man, what did you do? That's the only thing you can think of is what did you do? When an infant baby has to go back to the spirit world, hey, that was that baby's judgment. Maybe that baby did something in his past life. You know, and a lot of people here on this earth, they don't understand the Most High God's ways. And it's clear because, you know, they say things like, why would God do this? Or why would God do this? But if the Most High took you, he grabbed you up by the lock like he did Ezekiel when he took you in the spirit, and he showed you what that man or that woman did, and through regeneration, you'll be like, oh, okay, cool. I see what's going on now. But the Most High God already explained these things to us, and that's what we're about to go over today. So the first scripture I want to go over is Jeremiah chapter 18 and verse 1. It says 17 and 1. Salakia. 17 and 1, it says, the sin of Judah is written with the pen of an iron and with the point of a diamond it is graven upon the table of their hearts. Your heart is your mind. It says, and upon the horns of your altars. So your sins are written on your heart with the pen of a diamond or a point of an iron, right? Iron. Imagine writing anything with an iron pen. It's gonna stay there. It's not going anywhere. The point of a diamond. The way you make a diamond, it's only way you can, not only way you can change it is by breaking it, chipping it, or putting pressure, different kind of pressures, and on it. But the point I want to get out of this is, it says it is graven, right? Like when you engrave something, like how Issachar, they like having those that Virgin Mary engraving in the back of their windows. You can't get that out. So it says it is graven upon the table of their hearts, meaning when you sleep with another man's wife, consciously you know what you're doing is wrong. That's why you have this adrenaline rush when you in another man's house banging his wife, because you know what you're doing is wrong. You checking out the windows, you checking the front doors, because you know what you're doing is wrong. And that's the same way with a woman that steps out on her husband. She know what she's doing is wrong. That's why they try to sneak and hide. That's why they try to set up these 3 a.m. meetings at a damn Quick Trip. And on my way to work not too long ago, I seen that. And it was like a woman. I see this shit all the time. I used to stay in this one location. Man, I'm talking about, it was like adultery central in this parking lot, man. They would always pull up different kind of cars. It's like they all knew to come to this one parking lot. They would come to the parking lot. They would, of course, the girl, she'll pull up in her car, the dude will pull up in his car, and she'll hop out her car and grab a bag out the trunk, and then she would hop in his car and leave. And I can see directly, so I can just step out on my porch and I can see everything, the whole view. And you would always see them come back hours later, and she'll jump back in her car and then go split ways. And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, if I was gonna be a judge, I'm thinking, if me being a judge, I would like, how could I sift this how could I sift this out? That's what I didn't say. If I was a cop or a judge, a righteous cop, meaning a righteous cop as in I'm looking for situations of adultery. I'm looking for situations on murder for hire. I'm looking at, for stuff like that. But I'm like, bro, if they was in a relationship, why would they have to meet up in a parking lot and she grab a bag and then hop in his car and leave her car there? Why don't she just pull her car to his house if they wanted to go out or do something? Why she don't pull his car up to she don't pull her car up to his house, or he don't pull his car up to her house, and then they go and do their thing? Why are they parking in this location right here? And then you'll come to find out, when you through wisdom, this is an adulterous situation right here. And it's easy to see, especially the world we living in. Yahweh already said this is a wicked and adulterous generation. All of us. And that's why we needed the Day of Atonement. And some brothers and sisters did not keep it. Therefore, their sins will remain. So, that's what he said. It is graven upon the table of your hearts. Back to your heart, your conscience, the things you have knowledge on. When you sin, and it's wrong. 2 men being together, they know it's wrong. That's why they try to hide it. Women being together, they know it's wrong. That's why they try to hide it. Some people, the only difference is some people have been doing it so long, they don't care about hiding it anymore, because they've been doing it so long and they burning in their lust. So they don't care. But when people are new to it, they be trying to hide it because they know it's wrong, until other LGBTQ communities members, open them up about it. Like, it's okay. Like, if this is what you accept, or don't worry about the world, or the world is on our side, or whatever they say, right? Not even considering a judgment of the Most High God, man. The Most High gonna get them for that, right? So it is graven upon the table of their hearts, right? And when you go to Wisdom of Solomon, the preacher Solomon, he said in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 18. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 9. I'm gonna just get the point. It says, verse 19, for he shall rend them and cast them down headlong, and they shall be speechless. It's talking about the wicked. And he shall shake them from the foundations. It says, and they shall be utterly laid waste and be in sorrow, and the memorial shall perish. That's why a lot of people, when they die nowadays, there's no mourning for them. Like Moses and Aaron, they got mourned for 30 days. Man, these people ain't even mourning at the funeral. At the open casket, people not crying. Nobody cares. They're come numb to deaths, to the point where there's they don't feel like they should mourn. And the Bible said it's going to get worse when it comes to people mourning for deaths, because it says in the Bible that people's bodies are going to be cast out in the streets as dung, right? And when you think of dung, who takes a shit? Or look at an animal. What dog takes a shit and then tries to pick it back up? Or even when a dog take a shit, a human for the most part, don't pick it up. Unless they're in some rich ass neighborhood. But they're not about to pick it up. They're going to leave it there, and they're going to use, like, the elements will take it away. The water will wash it away. The heat will dry it up. Whatever it is. That's their mentality. They're not thinking about picking it up. So a lot of bodies are going to be laying around this place, and the only thing that's going to be picking them up is the fowls of heaven and the beasts of the earth. And these beasts are going to get so huge, eating all these, human bodies and birds. They're going to get huge, man. It's going to be a feast. It says, and when, this is the point I want to get, verse 20. And when they cast up and when they cast up the accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them to their face. So Jeremiah 17:1, it is engraven in a table of your heart. You know you doing wrong. You know you sinning. But a lot of people, as things are not happening to them, like Solomon said also, when you go to Ecclesiastes chapter 9, and 11, 8 and 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So they looking at it like, they not getting punished. They feel like they can keep doing it, or God is with them, or God understand that they're just sinners. Whatever the case people use, everybody got their own different reasons on why they sin. We hear it all day long at camp. But the truth of the matter is, the Most High said he's not going to spare no sinners. You are going to be put to death eventually. And you're going to go through a lot of shit before you die. That's why a lot of people, they end up on dialysis. You know what I'm saying? They can barely walk. And this is right before they die. And then they go out a painful and horrible death on a deathbed. And then nobody even shows up to their funeral. This is a punishment from the Most High God. So it says, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear of God, which feareth him, which feareth before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God. So a lot of the times, they'll be sinning their whole prime, which is their 20s. They'll be sinning their whole 30s, and then in their 40s and 50s, it start to catch up to them. Straight up, like women sleep on all these different men. When they get 40, bro, they get so fucking lonely. I'm serious, bro. I done met some women that, like, no man want them. No man want them. I'm serious, bro. They be in an apartment with their dog, bro. And they treat their dog, and they don't have no kids either, these women, because they want to be an independent bad bitch, and they ain't want no babies messing up they beautiful figure. And they don't have no kids, and they 40 and 50, they all dried up. There's no more having kids, and they treating their damn dog like it's their son or daughter. I've literally seen that before. They take their dog everywhere. This dog got his own room because all these adulteries you committed, the Most High is judging you according to that. It's a spirit that's put on you to make nobody want you. And if so, and let's say you did get you some rod, you're gonna get you some rod, and then you're gonna find out that this dude don't even want you, and then now you sad up all over again about this situation right here, and it's all your fault. And that's gonna be the majority of these Babylonian women, man. Right? But when you're 40, 50 years old, that's when the judgment of the Most High God start kicking in for a lot of people, because they thought they got away with their former sins and they didn't. He gonna get you, man. Most High he got a brilliant way of doing things. I'm gonna say that, man. But let's continue. I want to go back to Wisdom of Solomon. Because he said in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, if you think about it, how the Most High gets you though, like if he wait till you 40 and 50, that is like, there's nothing you can do. You have to take the judgment. What you gonna do, off yourself? You probably too weak to even do that. That's some scary thing. That's one of my biggest fears is being a stiff old man. Like just can't do nothing, bro. You can't do anything. You walking around on a cane, bro. That's one of my biggest fears, and I'm trying my best not to be like that, man, for sure. That's why it's eat healthier, do workouts, man. You ain't gotta do nothing crazy. Just do some good workouts to get your body. You want to make your body sore for sure, but you don't gotta do this crazy ass gym rat body build military exercise. You don't gotta do all that shit. Just do the normal routines, because the world ain't doing it. That's why you got a lot of elderly people walking around on canes and stiff, and that's why these pharmacies are making bukus of money, because these elderly people, they don't want to listen to the young at all. You try to tell the elderly, like, your mama, your uncle, you're like, come on, I'll walk with you. I do walk with you every day in the morning before I go to work or whatever case, and they don't want to walk. When that's what's going to help them, you don't understand. You got arteries, your two arteries in your thighs, they call that your second heart. So you have to have blood pumping down, though. The heart has blood pumping down, and the arteries in your leg helps the blood pump back up. So a lot of people, that's why you see them walking the way they walk, is because the blood in their arteries is not pumping like they should. That's why they always complain about their leg hurt and they kneecap hurt. Now all these different parts in their leg hurt. It's because they not utilizing them. They not doing what they're supposed to do with them. And then you drinking all this damn sugar. Like my great grandma, she was, and I seen her before she died, and bro, she was putting sugar in her Pepsi. Sugar in her Pepsi, and she had to get her legs cut off. She was blonde, and she kept drinking it. That's the nation of Israel for you right there. So it says, and when they cast up the accounts of their sins, and they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them to their face. Going back to Jeremiah 17:1, you're going to know why you're getting punished, especially in these last days. A lot of niggas know, this is how you know they know what's going on. Let's say a man got caught at another man's house with his wife. He jumps in the closet. Whew, he didn't see him, right? But this man is in a closet praying to God. Why are you praying to God? God told you not to be in that situation in the first place. The thing is, they acknowledge and they know there's a possible judgment for sleeping with another man's wife, and they know God is the only one that can save them. They know God is the one who's gonna judge them for that situation. That's why they get to praying to God about it. But here it is, you wasn't thinking about that when you was popping this dude's wife. People then took away the sacredcy of a woman's vagina. Is just like no more. It's just not sacred no more. Anybody can have her. That's why they got these terms. She ain't yours. It's just your turn. Or, you can fuck my bitch and I'll fuck yours. And, bro, you got all these damn demonic, and these just come straight from Hashatan. If you saying that, you a fucking weirdo. And you a homosexual. Here it is. This man's semen is going in. He created a home inside of this woman's cuckoo. And here it is. You want to go inside of her too. And then you'll sit there and say you ain't gay. Nigga, that's gay, bro. That is gay. But when they cast up the accounts of their sins, their own iniquity is going to convince them to their face, right? And when you go to Job chapter 33, this is Job 33:18. It says, this is what happens, when your own iniquities convince you to your face on why you in the situation you in. You might have got into a horrible car wreck. And when you on that deathbed, you start asking questions like, well, God forgive me. Will this happen? Well, because you've been sinning. You've been doing evil. But we call that deathbed repentance. Niggas always want to, and women, they always want to repent when they on their deathbed. They don't ever want to repent when they healthy and good. Until the Most High crash their whole life, man. That's why I don't even see why we even question the Most High in His judgment. Like He do whatever He want, even if it look wicked to us. He already said in the book, bro, you have no idea how wicked y'all have been in y'all regeneration. And He said, what did He say? We have done worse than our forefathers. That's what He said. So what do you got to say? How do He know that? Because He's been here from generation to generation. So just shut up. It says He keepeth His soul, He keepeth back His soul from the pit. The pit is the grave. And His life from perishing by the sword. He is chastened also with pain upon His bed, and the multitude of His bones with strong pain. This is what has somebody go through when they're going through sickness. I like to think of cancer, chemo, going through cancer. A lot of people, they be chastened with pain upon their bed, and the multitude of their bones with strong pain, right? Cancer patients, they be going through these kind of things. It says, so that his life abhorreth bread and his soul dainty meat, to the point where you don't even want to eat nothing. It says his flesh is consumed away, that it cannot be seen, and his bones that were not seen stick out because of the him not wanting to eat. Anybody that gets sick, the number one thing they don't want to do is eat food or drink water. They don't want to do nothing. They just want to lay there and then until they get better. That's what they want to do. It says his flesh is consumed away, that it cannot be seen. It says, and his bones that were not seen stick out. Yeah, his soul draweth near unto the grave, and his life to the destroyers. It says, if there be a messenger with him, an interpreter. So this messenger goes back to the word angel. Angel means messenger, messenger means angel. Like we can simply call ourselves the angels of the Most High because we are simply the messengers, the ambassadors. We bring forth the message of the Most High God. And that's what the angels do, but the angels do it in action. We do it in word. The angels do bring forth the message in action. It says, if there be a messenger with him, an interpreter, one among 1,000, to shew unto man his uprightness. So you got some angels that's vouching in the heavens, like he's been doing this, he's been trying. Yes, this demon right here has been, I'm just giving my own analogy of it. Yes, this demon has been getting over on him right here, but I think if we give him a little bit more time, then maybe he should overcome it if I put him through this, Abba. I'm going to put him through this, and, if this don't work, then I'll make the report back to you. So it says, one among 1,000 to show forth man his uprightness. It says, then he is gracious unto him and said, deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. I have found a reason to keep him alive. And your reasonings better be good. That's why a lot of the time them Chicago niggas, they be getting, some of them niggas be praying to God they don't get killed when they getting chased down. They do. They be praying to the Most High. If they don't, I swear I'll get right if you, and there's found no ransom. You have no good works. From your youth, you've been a little wicked ass nigga, man. Wicked ass nigga. And a lot of them little niggas, they gonna come back blind. They gonna come back with, they're gonna come back they're gonna come back in a deformed way. They're gonna come back with mental problems. It might be retardation. It might be very autistic. It might have cerebral palsy. It might be a dropsy. You know what I'm saying? He could be deaf. Deaf people. A lot of the time, those people, they sinned in their past life, and if not them, their parents. Right? And that's just how it goes. Who are we to say who the Most High, how he should do judgment? If you ask me, his judgments work and it looks perfect. This is a perfect system that nobody would ever think of. Not no humans at all. Only a God can come up with the system of judgment that the Most High got. The Most High said, I will liken my judgment into a ring. Meaning whatever you do, it's going to come right back to you. We tried to take it and call it karma. No, this is the Most High God's judgment. This is how he's been doing things before the word fucking karma was even came into play. And I'm sure karma goes back to some wicked ass shit, man. This is divine judgment. That's what it is, not karma. You get what you put out, man. You reap what you sow. So it says, then he is gracious unto him and said, Deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. His flesh shall be fresher than a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. He shall pray unto God, and he shall be favorable unto him. And he shall see his face with joy, for he will render unto man his righteousness. You see that? If you have righteous actions, righteous works, then, and a lot of people, they keep certain laws by default. It's just in them, like loving a brother. You got some brothers, they love their brothers, man, and they don't want to offend them. They don't want to disrespect them or nothing, and they don't even know that that's part of the law, and they do it. And some of those actions can be counted, by the Most High. And the Most High be like, you know what? Save him alive. Let's see how he do in the next couple years. If he obey my word, when he be in this situation where the prophets are out there on the highways and byways, then we good. Like King Hezekiah. King Hezekiah was nigh unto death. And he went and prayed to the Most High, and the Most High added 15 years into his life. Judgment is going all throughout this place, man. We got to accept it for what it is. When it comes to men, women, and children dying, it's so much shit going on, man. I'm talking about, especially with the women killing their babies. Is like, golly, man. Golly. Like Edomites too. Like the last one I seen, this Edomite woman, she was a babysitter. She had a daycare, and she shook this baby so much and so long that they said the baby was tired. They said that's how they knew something was wrong with the baby, because the baby wasn't responsive. Like it was up, but it was like tired. Like damn, bro, I just went through it. The baby was tired, and they went and got it, tested. Come to find out, the baby been shook up. Shaky baby syndrome. That's what happened. Trying to get the baby to shut up. All right, but he will render unto man his righteousness, and he also will render unto you your wicked deeds. How do I know that? Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. When you go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and 6, for wisdom is a loving spirit and will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. Like you had this one brother on, and his name is like, I know it's Issachar in front of it. Issachar something. He's from the tribe of Issachar. He knew he was. He's supposed to be in the truth. But he said, and it was just like easy. He was just like, F-U-C-K Yahweh, I want to die right now. That's what he said. And it's like, brother, think about it. Like a year later and you actually doing good. You actually remorseful for what you said. But then here it is. The Most High still going to kill you. And you just blaspheming his name. You just said an awful lie about his name. That's what you did. And now you got to die for that. Just because it seems small to you, maybe this was your last straw with the Most High. The Most High ain't no man where he'll keep giving you last straws. He just throwing straws in the cup like, yeah, this is your last one. Nah, that's your last one. Bro, you got one more time. One more time. Sound like Pinky and shit. Sound like Pinky, man. But yeah, man, the Most High is not a man where he shall lie. If the Most High God, if he thinking in his mind you got one more time, bro, that's it. You fuck that up. We gonna be watching you change your Hebrew name on social media to back to your government name. Chipping off one law at a time. Now you ain't wearing fringes no more. Now you saying that all people can be saved. Now you saying I don't gotta go out to the highways and byways to teach the word of God. Now you chasing all these Tatiana ass women that you once had knowledge of. That you once had knowledge that, I shouldn't be chasing her. She should be chasing me. Now you going back to your vomit, man. A lot of that shit happens all the time. But I wanted to touch on the Job chapter 33 that I just read too, because we actually had a brother in the camp that was like that, where his muscle, where it said he was upon bed, sore pain, with his bones was paining and everything was paining. We actually had a brother in the camp. He used to be one of the leaders of the camp, like when I first got here. And man, when I say this muscle that you flex all the time, it was like off of his, it was detached. And like, bro, everybody was so afraid, mesmerized. It was like, damn, brother, what is you doing? And come to find out, this nigga been taking pharmaceutical pills the whole couple years he been in the camp. This nigga taking pharmacy drugs. I'm talking about like Xanax, tabs, probably X pills, ecstasy pills, man. He probably just morphine. Niggas probably taking somas. Niggas is taking whatever. He's just taking whatever, man. And he got exposed for that. He actually came out and said it, but then kind of found out he was buying it from another brother that was in the truth's mama. Buying the pills instead of teaching her and trying to help her get off of it, nigga, you buying the pills from her. That's that wicked ass shit. And then stuff be happening to people, and a lot of time it be chastisement, but a lot of time that it be punishment, man. A lot of time it be punishment. But it says, for God is witness of his reigns and a true beholder of his heart and a hearer of his tongue. So the Most High hear everything you say, like that Issachar brother on social media, where he said, F Yahweh, I want to die right now. The Most High heard that, man. And maybe, just maybe, you can't take that away. Right? Like Samson. Samson thought the Most High was still with him in Judges 19. And it said that he knew not, he wished not that the Most High God's spirit departed from him. Straight up, man. It says, for the spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth all things have knowledge of the voice, have knowledge of his voice. Right from the beginning, let there be light, let there be dark, let there be this, let there be that. And he said it was all good. They all have knowledge of his voice. But it says, therefore he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid. Like the brother that was on social media, like a lot of people that scoff at the Hebrew Israelites. You think you scoffing at us, but the Most High called us back to something. So you're scoffing at the agenda, the plan, not even the idea, the plan of the Most High God. You're scoffing at that, like, bro, you chose these niggas. These niggas, these are supposed to be your men. Like he made a mistake or something. But here it is, mano y mano. I can show you your whole life in the Bible. And I can show you how you're going to be destroyed. And I can show you how you can be saved from that. But you can't even show me how I'm not the man that the Most High God chose. You couldn't show me from Genesis to Revelation, man, with the Apocrypha included. You just couldn't. So it says, therefore he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, neither shall vengeance is payback, when it punisheth, pass by him. You gonna get that work. And a lot of you 2/3 Israelites that scoffing at the word, after the Most High God freed you, from those shackles, that's what I mean. He freed you from the shackles. He allowed you to learn. He allowed you to have a sense of, a little bit of freedom. You look what Jake do, man. They take it and make scoff videos about their own heritage. How you in a Greek fraternity with Greek letters, Greek symbols, and you scoffing and doing videos about Hebrew Israelites, which is your forefathers, operating in that Jason spirit. But it says, for inquisition shall be made unto the counsels of the ungodly. This is the point I wanted to get. The word inquisition goes back to investigation. Let me get it right quick for edification. If you don't know. So the word inquisition, it says, oops. It says a period of prolonged and intensive questioning or investigation. She relented in her determined inquisition and offered help. It says similarities, interrogation, cross-examination, quizzing, investigation, inquiry, grilling, fact-finding. You get it. So it says in the scriptures, for investigation shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly. So just how we read in Job 33 and the last verse, where it says that a man shall be judged. Let me go back and get it. I don't want to slaughter it. Job 33:26. It says, he shall pray unto God, and he shall be favorable unto him, and he shall see his faith with joy, his face with joy. It says, for he will render unto man his righteousness. So not only will he render to man his righteousness, it says also he will render man his wickedness too. So for inquisition, investigation shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly. There's literally a council going on in the heavens about you and what they gonna do with you. The angels are giving their examples on how they're gonna do this with you and how they're gonna do with that with you. And the Most High is like, you know what? That's gonna work right there. I like that. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and give him herpes. Make him live with that, and put a depression spirit on him too. The Most High probably adding and taking away, or the Most High probably just letting the angels say what they say, and it's either he like it all or he don't. However it's going, but one thing we do know is there is councils going on in the heavens on how to deal with you, on what to do with you. There's councils in the heavens on who the Most High gonna save, where he got actual mighty, powerful angels around you, and don't let nothing happen to him, man. Don't let nothing happen to him. And I think the more you get built up in the spirit, you probably get stronger and stronger angels, man. Right? So it says, for investigation shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his word shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. The Most High God is hearing and seeing everything you doing, bruh. Everything you doing. A lot of people do not believe he's watching them and he's judging them according to their works. They don't believe that. A lot of people think God is dead. All right, but let's continue. So when you go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 6. Let me see. 3 and 16, I think. God, 3 and 16. I'm gonna start at 15. It says, that which have been is now, and that which is to be. It says, that which has been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and God required which is past. So the Most High been doing the same thing over and over, the same cycles. Believe it or not, these false doctrines that keep popping back up is a cycle. Is a cycle on how the Most High God is sifting people out the truth. Every year, once a year, it seemed like this new covenant doctrine come back, and the Most High just getting rid of niggas, getting rid of people, getting rid of people, getting rid of people, getting rid of people. You got that doctrine too, where we're so-called Hamites, getting rid of a lot of Northern Kingdom, getting rid of a lot of Northern Kingdom, getting rid of a lot of Northern Kingdom. These doctrines he's using to sift them. This is a way of him destroying you, and then he physically destroys you. Right? So it says, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So under the sun is the earth. And he said he saw under that sun the place of judgment. This is a big ass judgment arena. That's why the times that we're coming upon, the times that we're in now, it's like the finals of a big ass judgment arena. It's the finals. It's the championship. It's time for judgment to be taken higher and higher and higher, man. And when you read Sirach chapter 40, and verse 1, great travail is created for every man, and an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. So we know this. We all go through stuff on a daily basis, right? Even some people in the knowledge of the truth, they go through things, but we don't count that as punishment. We count that as, chastisement to help build character, to help build traits, to help build a better person, whether it's man or woman, right? So it says, from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to the mother of all things, which is the earth, their imagination of things to come in the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart, right? It says their imaginations. And remember, the Most High God It says, when they cast up the account of their sins, they shall, their own iniquity shall convince them to their face. And then Jeremiah 17:1, he engraved their sins on the table of their hearts, their mind. So all this go together. The judgment all plays out in your head first. This is what the Lord gonna do to you. And he's warning you. He's warning you. And a lot of people, they still do it. A lot of niggas, they are going up like to rob a bank, and they be like, man, this don't feel right. Man, this don't feel right. And niggas are still going there. And then now you doing life because somebody ended up dead while you was trying to rob a place. Now you in prison. You ain't even made it to prison. You ain't even pulled change yet to make it to prison. You in the county crying. Nigga, it's too late. You was being warned. It says, from him that sitteth on the throne of glory unto him that is humble in the earth and ashes. From him that weareth purple and a crown unto him that is clothed with fine linen and frock. And it's talking about the king down to the peasant. It says, wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife. And in the time of rest upon his bed, his night's sleep, do change his knowledge. It says, a little or nothing is his rest, and afterward he is in his sleep, as in the day of keeping watch, troubled in the vision of his heart, as if he were escaped out of a battle. He wake up with cold sweats. He wake up screaming. People, that ain't just some movie shit. People really wake up like that. They really wake up like that. Going through horrible dreams or something that they did, and they being the Most High showing them some kind of judgment in their dream, and they wake up scared. They wake up afraid. Some niggas, they wake up with a horrible dream, and their wife was getting popped by somebody else, and they waking up and they grabbing, and they get to yelling at it like, you know you did it. Whatever the case is. But these are all judgments from the Most High God, man. Different levels of judgments. So the Most High can judge you by simply bugging out your brain, man. And then he'll physically destroy you. Right? Or he can judge you on the outer appearance and let everybody else see you falling and falling and falling, and then he destroy you physically. However he want to do it, man. But there is a council going on in the heavens, and you should be afraid on what's going to happen to you, man. Because there is. Them angels ain't getting tired. They coming back, they reporting, and they ain't taking briberies either. They coming back and they doing exactly what the Most High instructed them to do. And man, we wish we could be a part of that. Setting forth the Most High God's judgments. It says, verse 7, when all is safe, he awaketh and marveled that the fear was nothing. Such things happen unto all flesh, right? It says, and this is the point I want to get, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. It says death. It said it's sevenfold more upon sinners. It happens way more to sinners. It says way more upon sinners. It says death and bloodshed. It says strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge, which is a whip. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. You see that? All of these things is judgment, is what we would call judgment of God. All these things were created for the wickedness, for the wicked. Enjoying life, laying down with your spouse, traveling, having things. These things were created for the righteous, man. And that's what the Most High God said. These things were created for the righteous. But all of these, the death, bloodshed, calamities, all this, tribulation, the sword, this was created for the wicked, man. Those niggas in Chicago that's murdering each other, bro, it's a whole death demon over there that's causing them to do that. A lot of times, man, when you watch those documentaries, bro, them niggas be cool with each other. They don't really want to do that to each other. But for the sake of the gang, which is the sake of the demonic force that Esau has propagated on Jake, for the sake of the gang, they do it. And that's just what it is, man. So Solomon said he saw under the sun the place of judgment, right? Let's get an example. I want to get this because our people already had this understanding. When you go to John chapter 9 and verse 1, and as Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. It was nothing this man can do. He was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Yahushua answered, neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him. So this specific man was born blind from his birth, so that the Most High God's power can be showed through Yahushua HaMashiach, right? But the point I'm getting is our forefathers, the disciples, that became apostles, who we learn from, that we take the orders from, because that's what apostle means, to take orders from. They understood by saying, who did sin, this man or his parents? We had an understanding that when people was born blind with deforms, deaf, lame, anything like that, it was because it's either they sinned or their parents sinned. So a lot of the times, if your kid is born and he got a whole bunch of ill health problems, like you can, for the most part, you can chalk that up for they was either a sinner in their past life and you ain't their only parent, or you sinned and that's the reason why they going through what they going through. And believe it or not, when you tell Jake that, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. They just don't care about their child having to go through their iniquities, having to deal with their sins. They do not care, or they wouldn't do half, not even most of the stuff that they do, man. They wouldn't. But that's the understanding that our forefathers had. They said, who did sin? Was it this man or his parents? And when you read Exodus chapter 20, this is where they got that understanding from. Exodus chapter 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children. This is where they got that understanding from. And this is where you should get the understanding from. If you love your children like you say, then you need to stop sinning. If you love the Lord like you say, you need to stop sinning. It all revolves around you sinning. While a lot of things happen inside your life or around your life, where it's affecting you, that's happening to other people. It all goes back to sin, man. It says, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and what? Keep my commandments. Straight up. And that's just what it is. Now, you might ask yourself, let me go to this. How is a child a sinner? It's an innocent baby. And we actually cut this Edomite up in at Oklahoma City, because she was saying that. She just kept saying that, like, you telling me God is not going to let this innocent baby? And we brought out Job chapter 4, and she didn't have shit to say after that. She didn't have nothing to say after God said, who have ever perished being innocent? When you see a baby die, that baby is not innocent, dude. And I hate the fact that people, you're going to die for your children. Of course you're going to die for your children. But you got to understand that baby was somebody else's parent too. And you're not that only baby's parent. That doesn't work like that. That baby had other parents in his past life, not you. So you giving this baby so much power over you before you give to the Most High, that is the stupidest shit ever, because that baby was used. You were used to bring that baby forth so that baby can be judged according to his works. Straight up, man. That's just what that is, man. That baby belonged to somebody else at one point in time too, in regeneration. But Job 4 and 7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, ? Who have ever died being innocent? You would think of an infant baby. Like, this baby ain't did nothing to nobody, man. This is an innocent baby that caught a straight bullet. Nah, it's not innocent. In fact, if you read through the scriptures that we just read, you will understand that when you go to the heavens, you get a judgment call. The Most High tell you everything you're about to go through, and he'll probably let you sit and rest, and then you get sent back to the earth. And you don't have knowledge on nothing, because you're going to live out your judgment whether you want to or not. Can't do nothing about being blind. Esau is trying to switch it around, right? Esau is trying to do the Benjamin Button effect, where he's trying to make old people, he's trying to reverse age to where you grow younger instead of growing older. Esau is trying to change this shit around, put brain chips in your mind to make it to where those people that's brain, body dead, where they can't do nothing with their body, only thing they can do is sit there and stare at you because they have a whole demon on them. That's what that is. That's a demon on you when you just stiff like that. Or, cerebral palsy. Any of those are spirits on you. That's why Yahweh Shah, when he was healing them, he was casting spirits off of them. Right? So it says, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen that it says, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. You see how he put it right together? You reap what you sow. So don't think that these people is innocent, from the baby to the elderly. Even when you see an elderly, they get their house broken into, and whatever happens to them, and they just didn't make it out of that situation. That's judgment, man. Who are you to say what they doing? It's a lot of stuff you don't know that elderly people done in their younger life, and they be explaining it to their kids, and their kids be like, I would have never known you did that. I wouldn't. And she'd be like, I've been cheating on him for 15 years. And nobody knew that this lady was cheating because she been cheating at work the whole time. And then she get judged. Because the Most High been knowing, he been watching. It's nothing you can do, man. So he put both of those together. You reap what you sow, and whoever perished being innocent. Nobody ever perished being innocent. You're going to get what you deserve, man. And that's a fact. So when you go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, right? A couple more scriptures. So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, and we're going to start at verse 16. And this is in a GNT. It says, and this is what make me think of the regeneration and the judgment and all that. It says, but children born of adultery or of a forbidden union will die in early death. And I be thinking in my mind, like, the only way this makes sense, even though my thoughts ain't the Most High's thoughts, but the only way this will make sense by going precept upon precept on the scriptures we just read is maybe that child inquisition was made, and that the Most High said you're gonna be born of a wedlock marriage, and then you're gonna die an early death because of that, because that's what I choose to curse. Children that's born out of wedlock, and that's what we're reading. But children born of adultery or of a forbidden union will die in early death. Now you will think in your mind, like, why would a child? I mean, how a child doesn't have power on being born. So you'll be like, why would God judge a child that's born of adultery when it was the parents' fault? This goes back to the point, punishing the children, punishing the parents upon the children until the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. You're being punished for your parents' iniquities. And it goes down. You're also going to be punished for yours. That's why if you got kids and they sinning, boy, you better get them in line. Because as of now, you're responsible for their wickedness. But when they get of age, they're responsible for their own wickedness, man. And a lot of children are going to die because their parents didn't teach them the word of God. That's facts. All them little cute, you think this little cute Barbie doll looking kid, but that kid is going to get cooked because of what their parents did. It says, but children born of adultery or of a forbidden union will die in early death. Yet even if they do live a long time, they will never amount to anything. This is the curse that's placed upon them. But ultimately, it's from the heavens. It was a call from the heavens, more of so of what they did in their past life. That's why they was put in this lot to be born of an adulterous situation. Children born out of wedlock is because of what they did in regeneration. It says, they will not be respected in their old age. And if they die young, they will have no hope or comfort on Judgment Day. Children born of a forbidden union suffer a miserable fate. See, it makes the utmost sense why it has to be regeneration judgment. Things that you did in your past life or things that your parents is doing. It has to be those two, man. It has to be those two. So going to the next chapter in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, right? When we go to the next chapter, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, and let me see, 4 and 3. No matter how many children are born of a forbidden union, which is adultery, none of them will ever amount to anything. They are illegitimate kids, illegitimate mate. I am slaughtering this word, illegitimate. It says they can never lay a firm foundation for themselves, never take deep root. Like trees with shallow roots, they put out leaves for a while, but they sway in the wind and storms uproot them. Meaning everything they put their hand to is not going to be blessed by the Most High. That's why a lot of these kids, they be angry and depressed and mad and all kind of different spirits on them because nothing is going their way. And they're indulging in this wrath and this anger. And this is what's making these niggas kill each other. This is what making these women be the most shystiest to each other. Because they don't understand the scriptures. It says their branches snap off before they mature. They fruit never ripen, and it is good for nothing. On Judgment Day, children born of a forbidden union will testify to the sin of their parents. This is the point I want to get. They're going to testify to the sin of their parents. And it says, and act as witnesses against them. That's going to be some scary stuff right there. That's why I'd rather, knowing what I know now, of course, I'd rather just do what's right, man. Just do what you're supposed to do, man. And stop playing around. Stop playing around. All right? Just stop playing around. But honestly, I'm going to close out with this. This is where we got this understanding. I mean, this is how. I mean, let me not say that. It's beautiful that our forefathers went through what they went through, and the Most High was speaking back and forth to them so that us in this generation can understand why, how, and what the Most High God is capable of. Romans 15 and 4. And for whatsoever things aforetime were written for our learning. So I get, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So understand, when it comes to this inquisition, this investigation that goes on in the heavens and that plays out on the earth. And I believe actually you can actually add on to your judgment, man. I really believe that. But I got to get up in here, man. Abaratazar, you was edified, even if it's just a little bit. Shalom.